Hello guys! Today we are going to compare an Arduino made in Italy and the one I bought online. An original Arduino made in Italy has a microcontroller of 80 mega 328P, a USB controller of 80 mega 16U2, has 14 number of terminals and 6 of which provide PWM or pulse width modulation output. Its flash memory is 32 kilobytes and 0.5 kilobyte of it is used by the bus loader. The static random access memory or SRAM has 2 kilobytes and 1 kilobyte of electrically erasable programmable read-only memory or EEPROM. Its clock speed is 16 MHz. To tell you guys, my Arduino both online has the same specs as the one made in Italy in terms of microcontroller, number of terminals, flash memory, static random access memory, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory, clock speed, and even the PCB layout. However, it is not original, but just a counterfeit. Since my Arduino is the same with the original one, we will be using it to familiarize with the components and PCB layout. The components of Arduino Uno we need to be familiarized with is this black rectangular chip, which is the microcontroller. It is the brain of an Arduino. The microcontroller used on the Uno board is 80 mega 328P and actually embedded on the top of it. It is where you can find the flash memory, RAM, CPU, and electrically erasable programmable read-only memory or EEPROM. It has 28 pins, 14 for this side, and 14 also on this opposite side. Next is the power USB, this one. This is a printer USB port used to load a program from the Arduino IDE or Arduino software onto the Arduino board. The board can also be powered through this. This is how it looks like. The next is the power port, this black one. The Arduino board can be powered through an AC to DC adapter or a battery. The power source can be connected by plugging in a 2.1mm center positive plug into a power jack of the board. The Arduino Uno board operates at a voltage of 5 volts. So this is where we plug in our source. Besides it, we can find the voltage regulator, this rectangular small one. The function of voltage regulator is to control the voltage given to the Arduino board and stabilize the DC voltages used by the processor and other elements. Next is the power LED indicator, this one labeled with on. This LED should light up when you plug your Arduino into the power source to indicate that your board is powered up correctly. If this light does not turn on, then there is something wrong with the connection. Analog input pins, this one, besides the microcontroller. The Arduino Uno board has 6 analog input pins labeled analog 0 to 5. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These pins can read the signal from an analog sensor, like a temperature sensor, and convert it into a digital value so that the system understands. Opposite side is called the digital pins. You can find these pins labeled digital 0 to 13. It's labeled 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 13. These pins can be used as either input or output pins. When used as output, these pins act as a power supply source for the components connected to them. When used as input pins, they read the signals from the component connected to them. Besides, the USB port is called the reset button or switch. When this switch is clicked, it sends a logical pulse to reset pin of the microcontroller and now runs the program again from the start. This can be very useful if your code doesn't repeat but you want to test it multiple times. So here it is. Next is this crystal oscillator. This is a quartz crystal oscillator which ticks 16 million times a second. On each tick, the microcontroller performs one operations. This is actually labeled 16, meaning 16 million times. This one. Besides it is a USB interface chip, this one square one. This is a signal translator. It converts signals in the USB level to a level that an Arduino Uno board understands. This one. This is where you can read your USB controller. Next is the TX RX LEDs. These two small leads labeled TX and RX. TX stands for transmit. RX stands for receive. These are indicators which blink whenever the Uno board is transmitting or receiving data. The Arduino Uno board has also resistors. These small ones are actually resistors embedded on the different components of the Arduino, and it has its capacitor. The PCB layout of my Arduino is the same with the original, and the quality of soldering is pretty good. It has a strong joints and stable components. The problem is my analog input is not aligned. However, it is still stable. I think it is already on the delivery. To differentiate my counterfeit Arduino from the original, we will notice that an original Arduino Uno color is either mixed green and blue or the teal one. Unlike mine, it is dark blue. Also, the word Uno here has a sharp edge on the O, this one. Unlike in the original, which smooth due to a custom design. The back, a detailed map is imprinted in the back of an original. Unlike mine, the map of Italy is in flaws. To sum up, my Arduino is not bad being just a counterfeit. It can perform the same as the original. It is way cheaper than the original and function the way it is expected.